The men of Biafra National Guard, under the commander of General Innocent Orji, have been neutralized. According to the Nigerian Army, say they have by 6 of the men of Biafra National Guard. But the news that we saw today in internet saying that the Nigerian Army have neutralized IPOB and ESN. But the truth is that General Innocent Orji has been on his own, making his declaration of Biafra, doing his own thing for decades. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no business with Innocent Orji. He have said it so many times. Likewise, Simon Ekpa and other group. So the record should set straight. However, as that one day happened, the northern leaders have rejected the restructuring of Nigeria and also rejected regional government. You see what is happening in this country. The set of people where other people are working to make the country work, while the set of people are saying they don't want this. Anything they say they don't want is something that is going to benefit every Nigeria. And now, you as somebody who is clamoring one Nigeria, can you see it clear? However, I'm going to bring up the video for you to watch as in they talk this thing before we come back and continue. Welcome back to B0mbs Gist, and please share this video for more updates.
As a northerner, what restructuring means to you?
Nothing. Actually, as you said, it's a vague word. It doesn't have a meaning. When you say you are restructuring, what are you restructuring? What do you want? That's the problem. The problem is that we are yet to define what exactly we want. Now, if we don't identify what we want and clearly understand what we want, we can never agree. Now, tell me that, look, I want devolution of power. I want A, I want B, I want C. Is that restructuring to you? Now, to somebody, it might be different. Now, but to me personally, as I said, I don't even think it is important or necessary all this talk about restructuring. It's something that just started because of one reason or the other.
Well, no, I think this conversation, I mean, from my understanding so far, has been because there are grievances as to how development has occurred across the country. It's been claimed that some regions are more developed than others. Some have enjoyed better federal government presence compared to the others, and that the overall well-being of the Nigerian person, of the Nigerian, is not equal in terms of there's income inequality, high poverty levels compared to, when you look at regions. So I'm thinking that perhaps is what has brought about. So when you say restructuring, maybe, like you said, maybe we don't know what we want, but something restructuring starts that change. That
shouldn't be a problem. This is purely a subject of political economy. As a nation, you know, one nation is more developed than another nation. One nation has more poverty than another nation. One nation is less educated than another. Now, in a nation that nations thinks to be united and developed and one single entity as a nation, it should be a problem for all the nation. Not a single problem for northern Nigeria or southern Nigeria or east. No, this is Nigeria. Now, as a Nigeria, it's a question of you give, you take. In a political economy, a system of political economy, you look at it that you have this, I have this. Now, how do we come together and build a nation? As long as we stand up and say, I am a northerner, I am a southerner, I am an easterner, I want this for my people, I want this, we are not a nation.
But it appears that is our reality. That's what
that is not reality.
That is what we've always done.
Let's go back to history, Esther. What brought the first coup in Nigeria? It has nothing to do with corruption. That was not corruption as we call it that. It was simply that one part of the country think that I should have the president. And that this the other country, but the section that think they should have the country, they didn't have the president. So they say, okay, why shouldn't we have such a coup? There was a coup, and it was agreed that that coup was a sectional coup. There shouldn't have ever been a coup in Nigeria at that time. Now, after that coup, what brought the civil war? It was not to develop Nigeria or to develop a section of Nigeria, no, because we think that we don't want to be with you. We want to go. All this talk, now, when did we start to realize that one section is dominating another one? This is not something of today or tomorrow. We should, ask my own perspective, that we should either try to look at ourselves as Nigerians, build Nigeria where each and every Nigerian will be proud to be a Nigerian and not being proud to be a northerner or easterner or southerner.
Yes,
or else, we should decide not to be together. We should just decide to each one of us go his own way. That's my point.
And some or many are of the opinion that if we are to achieve that, if we are to tell ourselves that we are Nigerians, let us move forward as Nigerians, let's move forward as one entity, equitable and all of that, then we cannot continue with the status quo. We cannot continue with the kind of leadership perhaps that we have. We cannot continue with the way the regions are being, not equally, being developed, etc. So I'm thinking, perhaps from that point of view, that angle, then we can take up the word. Because whether we like it or not,
the problem of Nigeria
is on.
The problem of Nigeria is one. The quality of leadership is poor in Nigeria. And that quality of leadership, I'm not talking only the presidency, from the grassroots, one's leadership, anywhere, the quality of our leadership is extremely poor. Extremely, extremely poor. Now, this is a nation where people start to think me first rather than the nation next. Now, we come from the minor to the bigger, rather than from the bigger perspective to the lower. The Nigerian situation is pathetic. We start from me, then my village, then my state, then my region, then my country. This is the situation we are in.
So that is an orientation.
That is the orientation. Now, there was only once or twice in this country that when I felt that people were trying to be proud that we are Nigerians. Probably you are Murtala Muhammad when he was the president of Nigeria, the military president of Nigeria. People started feeling that yes, we are Nigerians, because the leadership at that time was looking at each and everyone as a Nigerian. You understand? Now after that, then we went into a situation whereby we look at leadership as a personal achievement, as something that, yes, I have arrived, yes, it is me, first before my state. Each and every person that now is aspiring to be a president or a governor or whatever in Nigerian situation, he is not thinking of building a Nigeria. He is thinking of, yes, I was once a governor, then he's thinking next to his own people, his own locality. That is not a nation. And secondly, look at the Nigerian situation. We don't have respect for one another. No nation, and I repeat, no nation will ever progress if they don't respect one another. It's not the issue of whether you have so many, this is the population or this is the richness you have. You have to respect yourselves, respect one another. I respect you, not simply because you are from my state or from my local. You are a Nigerian, I respect you. You respect me. Once you start to talk, a talk that you look at the gown he's wearing, now then you are demonizing, you are bringing down the quality of the nation, not my one person. Nigerians, there is nothing wrong with Nigeria that we are thinking for restructuring. The fundamental problem
you don't think that we need devolution of powers for once?
I don't think.
And allowing the states to control the resources because the federal government. You don't think the federal government is burdened with carrying all of that?
It all depends on how you use the power. It all depends on how you rule. If you are going to restructure today with the same mentality, with the same people, with the same thinking, Nigeria will continue to be what it is.
So you don't think that the country will be better off if states have control over their own resources?
No, I don't think so. Now, and what is this resources on state? Are you talking about the states don't have a resource? The resource is owned by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria resources.
With the federal government as custodian, in quote. So that is one of the challenges. They say, federal government, step out of the way. Let us have control. Let us till the ground. Let us harness this minerals or resources that we have in our soil.
Is that the biggest problem we have? Is that the only thing we are thinking of? That okay, you don't have minerals.
You talk about the fact that it's purely economics. It's all about.
It is economics. But what we are saying is that your resources and my resources can be harnessed to make Nigerians, individual Nigerians, people Nigerians, you and me, to be a better people. Now, it's not for you. Take, for instance, a state has so resources. It wants to control resources. State B doesn't have. It has nothing. Now, what you are telling me that you are not sharing, this is mine. And I'm telling you that in a family, in a nation, where we live as a nation, yours and mine are ours. The problem, as I told you, that is simply leadership, the quality of a leader.
Thanks for watching Pop Info News. Please share and subscribe.